Hello, my name is Robin. I'm going to quickly show you how to deploy a NFT contract on any Ethereum compatible blockchain, which includes the Ethereum mainnet, any layer 2 like Optimism or Avalanche, and also the testnets. This process is the same for whichever blockchain you choose, and I'm going to just quickly guide you through that process. So step one is obviously go to thirdweb.com. And once you've registered for an account and you've signed in, you'll get to your dashboard. Step two is to find your wallet and make sure that you have a little bit of ETH in your wallet. Like I said, in this case, I'm going to be using the Sepolia testnet as opposed to any mainnet, simply because it's free. But whatever blockchain you use, make sure that you've got that ETH in there. If you're using a testnet, then you'll need to get some ETH from the testnet faucet. I won't go into too much detail, but you can do it through Alchemy for the Ethereum Sepolia faucet. And obviously, if you're doing it on a mainnet, then you'll need to buy the ETH. So the process is you need to copy your wallet address and then go to the faucet, enter it, make sure you're not a robot, and then click Send Me ETH. And that will automatically send you 0.5 Sepolia ETH, which you can use to deploy contracts or do any other transactions on the testnet. If you're really struggling or this site is down, then drop your Ethereum wallet address in the comments and I'll do my best to send you some testnet ETH. But you'll need that before we get started. So once you've got your ETH and you're ready to go, you've logged into ThirdWeb, the next stage is to deploy your contracts. So you can go to the Contracts tab and click Deploy Contracts, and you'll have these options. What we're doing today is an NFT drop. So this will allow you to mint NFTs, allow you to create an NFT collection. It's important to note that there are two different types of NFTs. One is the ERC721, which is this NFT drop, and one is the ERC1155. We're going to be doing the 721 because we want to have a different NFT per token. But if you're having one NFT or a few NFTs and you want to have several of that type of NFT, then you'll want the ERC1155. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the difference between the two, but if you're doing a generative drop or something like that, where every single NFT is different, then you'll want to do an NFT drop. So click that. And here's some details about the ThirdWeb NFT drop contract. It is a gas efficient contract. It won't matter too much if you're on a layer 2 or the testnet like I am. But if you're on Ethereum mainnet, then you'll definitely want to make sure that you're deploying a gas efficient contract because gas can get very expensive, especially when the network is busy. So we want to click on Deploy Now. Just make sure you've got the latest one. That'll be selected by default. And you'll get this page pop up called Contract Parameters. And in this case, we're going to deploy an NFT collection called The Blobs to celebrate the Denkun Ethereum upgrade that is happening in a couple of days. So just type The Blobs into the name. And you can choose to give it a symbol. You don't need to do this, but some trackers will pick this up, so it's sometimes a good idea to have one. And if you want to, you can give it a description. I'm just on the testnet, so I'm not worried too much about that. And this image will allow you to upload an image for your collection. You don't have to do this, but if you are using the ThirdWeb minting interface, which is very easy to do, then it's helpful to have this so that people can see what they're minting. So I've just quickly added this image of a blob. So the royalty section is how much you want to receive every time your secondary sale or every time your NFT is traded on certain marketplaces. Quick note that not all marketplaces will honor these percentages or honor these royalties. So you have to make sure that your community or whoever's trading the NFT is using a compatible marketplace. But for this example, we're just going to put 5%. We're on the testnet, so we're not going to see any trading happening. And the recipient address is where that royalty will get sent to automatically on chain. And then the primary sale recipient address is where the cost of the NFT will be sent. So let's say your NFT is minting at 0.1 ETH. Once somebody mints, that 0.1 ETH will be sent to this recipient address. So this is where your primary sales will be going. So normally that would be the same wallet that you deploy from, but if you have some kind of other wallet that you want to use to collect revenue from your NFT drop, this is where you'll put it. And then we're going to ignore the trustless referrers for now, but this is how you might add gasless transactions. So that's good to know for the future, but right now we don't need it, so we're not going to enter it. And then the last section we're going to check is the network/chain. We're on the Sepolia testnet, but if you're deploying to another network, you can choose them from this list, and it will ask your wallets to change networks, and then you'll be able to deploy to any EVM-compatible network. For example, Ethereum mainnet or Polygon or anything like that. So lastly, click Deploy Now, and we'll get 2 pop-ups from our MetaMask. So in this case, I'm using MetaMask, but obviously you can use any wallets you like. I'm not going to cover wallets in this video because I'm trying to keep it short and sweet. So we're just going to use MetaMask. In any wallet, though, you'll get a pop-up similar to this, giving you an estimated fee. Because we're on testnet, it's a very small fee and doesn't cost anything anyway. But if you're on Ethereum mainnet, this might be a higher fee, in which case you can edit the gas and wait for gas to drop to make it cheaper. But just bear in mind that on mainnet, it will be more expensive to do this, as will any transaction. But once you're happy, click Confirm to submit the transaction, and you'll see something like this, where you've got a pending entry in your activity. And if we just wait for a couple of minutes, that should get confirmed. The transaction will be sent to the blockchain, and your contract will be deployed. So now it's confirmed, and we'll go back to ThirdWeb. That's recognized that the transaction has been confirmed. And the second step is just to add it to your ThirdWeb dashboard. This is not necessary, but it helps when you're trying to find it in the future. And if you have lots of contracts deployed, then it's good to keep track of them on your dashboard. This step is a gasless step, so it's not going to cost you any money. But when you sign it, it just puts it on your dashboard, and ThirdWeb knows that it's your contract, so you can access it next time you log in. So if it doesn't pop up like mine didn't, you click the MetaMask icon, and then you'll see this data. Just confirm it comes from ThirdWeb, which is a good thing to do when signing signature requests, and then click Sign. And that will be reflected in a second on the ThirdWeb dashboard as well. And then you'll get a message saying successfully deployed your contract. And here we have our deployed contract. This process will look the same on any network that you deploy on. You'll see the network is described here. Because we're on the Sepolia, we'll get a link to the Sepolia Etherscan, which is just a way of seeing your contract. You can see the code that's been deployed, which might be interesting, and you can also see any transactions. Right now, we don't have any transaction because we've just deployed this contract. But when you have NFT mints or transfers or any other interaction with your contract, you'll see the transactions here, and you'll also see them on the overview. Now, this contract checklist is often quite helpful because it guides you through the steps you need before you can launch your collection. So if you head over to the NFT tab, if you see down here, we're on the NFTs tab, you can see that there are different ways that you can upload your NFTs. There's a single upload and there's a batch upload. If you're doing a large collection, like if you're doing hundreds of NFTs, then uploading them one by one, as you can imagine, is not very achievable. So you want to use this batch upload function. And this basically just allows you to upload a CSV or a JSON file, which defines all of your NFTs and the format that they're going to be in. The best way to do this file is just to use your favorite spreadsheet tool. I'm going to use Google Drive in this case, and use this example.csv as a template. So download that and then open it up in Google Drive. And then once that's open, you'll see this kind of format. So we've got various columns, and under each of these rows will be a different NFT. So if we were to expand this down, we could create 6 NFTs in this case. I'm going to edit it a little bit so that we can so we can see how it works. So in this example, I'm going to add another one. Let's say it's token 1. Obviously, you can use formulas and anything else you need to get all of these bits of data, and the token name and token description. You obviously don't want to be editing every single one individually. So using some kind of formula or using a script to generate this file is often helpful. You don't need things like background actually and external URL, although it can help. It's useful to have your own website here. And things like YouTube URL are optional as well. These are for additional properties on the NFTs. So let's say you've got a trait called eye color. You can add green, blue, and gray, and that will come up as a property on your NFT on OpenSea or any other marketplaces, and you can add as many of those as you want. One thing it's also worth noting is if you add a image column, then you can specify the image for that row. So let's say we've got a folder uploaded to IPFS, or we've got a folder uploaded to Google Drive even, or Dropbox. You can tell the spreadsheet where to find it, and then you can fill in the token number and reference that file as the image. So I'm just going to pull up some example images for now, but bear in mind that you can do this sequentially like you do token 0, token 1, token 2. You could have example.com/image1/image2/image3 here. I'm going to fill this with some dummy values for now. Okay, and now we're going to download this as a CSV file. And once that's downloaded, we'll go back to ThirdWeb, we'll upload this, and we should now see we've got an image, we've got the token ID, we've got the name, description, and this property just has our one trait, which is the eye color. And we've got the external URL and background color. The background color just references what the background color will be on certain marketplaces. So if you change this for each token, then the marketplace page will often be different. Not all marketplaces are compatible with that though. Once you're happy with the structure and the tokens, click next. And you have a choice between revealing the NFT straight away, so when people mint they can see the NFT, or if you'd rather, you can delay the reveal and just have a placeholder image in the when they first mint it. In my case, I'm going to reveal it immediately, and I'm going to keep the order the same. If you want to randomize, then ThirdWeb has a built-in randomizer, but we're going to keep it simple and keep them sequential. Click upload, and this will automate the uploading of the metadata to ThirdWeb, and then when you buy and sell the NFT on a marketplace, the marketplace will have the right image and the right traits and the right name and description and everything else. And it will ask you to confirm a transaction again on your wallet. So let's just confirm that. This is the lazy mint transaction. So what's happening is you're fronting a lot of the processing, a lot of the gas on the contract before the user mints. And this is just telling the contract that there are now 3 tokens available, and they are available to claim. Now, it's possible to claim manually through this claim button. You can choose the address to claim to, or the amount. But what I'm going to show you is, let's go back to the overview page, and we can now see the contract checklist. We've deployed the contract, we've uploaded our first NFT. The final step that we need to do before we can start claiming is to set the claim conditions on the claim conditions tab down here. And this just allows you to specify time periods and certain conditions around who can claim, when they can claim, and for how much. So right now we don't have any claim phases, but we're going to add a claim phase, and we're going to call it a public claim phase. Now you can also see there's an allow list and only owner claim phases. So a lot of NFT projects will have an allow list where only certain wallets can mint first, and then it will go to public. Using this tool, you can schedule these and make sure you know when they start, when they end, or rather when they start and when the others start. And you can also specify things like how many will drop. Maybe that you only want 100 NFTs to mint during the allow list, and then you want to go into public. Things like that. It actually gives you a lot of control. And also, of course, the price. I'm going to set this as free because we're on the test net, but if you wanted to, you could set the amount of ETH or other currency that you want to charge for the NFT. and this will charge for every mint. And also if you wanted to, let's say, limit it to a certain number during this phase. And like I said, you can have multiple phases. So this is actually a very flexible tool. And then click Save Phase, and you should get asked to sign another or submit another transaction like this. And this is a slightly more expensive transaction. But if you're on a layer 2 or a testnet, then it'll be basically free, maybe slightly more expensive, maybe up to a couple of dollars on a layer 2, but cheaper after the Denkun upgrade. So that will hopefully be very minimal. And then once that transaction is confirmed, you'll see we now have this active public claim phase, which means we can do the final step. If we go back to the overview one more time, you'll see that we've set our claim conditions. The final step is first NFT to be claimed. And that means you're ready to go live pretty much. So the last thing I want to show you is the embeds page. This is something that is very useful if you just want to get something quick and easy up. A mint page that you don't want to worry too much over. It will have the ThirdWeb logo in it, so it'll be clear that it's a ThirdWeb mint page. But you can also embed this on your own website. So if you have a maybe you've got a WordPress page, or you've got another project page somewhere, you just copy this code, paste it into your own page, and it will embed this mint interface on your page. It gives you some useful information about the project. And you can surround this with your own information as well. So you can embed this in your code and have other information above and below it, no problem. And then your users will be able to connect. I'm connected here, and they'll be able to mint. So let's just check that is working. Again, you'll get asked to sign a transaction. Let's confirm that. And then we wait. And hopefully once it's confirmed the transaction, this NFT that we just minted will get sent to the connected wallet, and the amount of Ethereum that you might have spent, in this case it was free, but if you've spent some Ethereum, or the user has spent some Ethereum, that will get transferred to the wallet that you specified when you deployed the contract. And that's it. We're now minting the collection. This will continue minting until it's sold out, or you change the claim conditions. And that's it. That's just a quick overview of how to deploy and start minting an NFT collection. This is going to be a series, so subscribe and you'll get notified when the other stages in the series are uploaded. And let me know if there's anything specific you want me to cover about NFTs or the contract side of things.